Eubank-Benn. We'll move on to that.
Oof.
Eubank-Benn. I think it captures the imagination of the wider audience. I can't wait for that fight.
Well, I'm putting my neck on the line.
Go on, straight away, straight in.
I love Conor Benn. I swear to God, big fan of Conor Benn.
Yeah.
I think he gets battered.
So you think he gets destroyed? What
I think
we're
he's
talking
got
about?
no
Blowout,
chance.
zero chance.
I actually kind of want Conor Benn to win.
Kind of.
I want Conor Benn
I
to
like
win. I'll
them
be
both.
honest. I want
like
Conor
them
Benn to
both.
win.
Me and you saw the same thing. The podcast, if you haven't seen it,
Yeah, with Stephen Bartlett. It makes you
with
like
Chris
Eubank a lot
Jr.
more.
You understand why he is now.
He's
Oh, he's hilarious.
Have you seen it?
He's hilarious. No, I haven't.
Mate,
Watch it on the way home.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Or listen to it on the way
But
home.
I've spent a little bit. I used to come to David A's gym years ago. He's got dry humour. Do you know what I mean? But I think he's also he's articulate. He's very clever, isn't he? Like
he's very clever.
you saw the way he
Look
was.
at what he's doing now with his little videos.
But you should have seen the way he was dealing with Conor in that face-off.
Yeah.
I thought he was sensational in that face-off. I really did, because
they're not. But if fights are one-off press conferences and all, what people read into,
the way I see it is this.
If it's based on that.
The way I see it is, Chris, and I won't go too much into it. I've got a weird take on it, but Dave, you're qualified with this. Fighters that are weight depleted, they run out of gas.
Yeah.
So Eubank's whole game is engine. Yeah. He's 33 years old.
Yeah.
He hasn't made this weight since he was 18. I think if the fight goes past 6 or 7 rounds, I think Conor Benn wins on points.
But do you think?
I'm not saying he's the favourite. I think Eubank is
160 quite easy.
I think Eubank's the favourite.
Do you think? Right, so listen to this.
I think Eubank's the favourite in the fight.
David A against Enzo McAnally?
Yes,
right?
very clearly.
Adam and David made out for months, fights beforehand. It's so hard to make cruiserweight. Trying to draw that fight out, because they knew that they would only take that. McAnally's team would only take that fight if they thought it was dead at the weight. Right? He made that weight easy, and it come to fight night, and you saw exactly how sharp he was, how powerful he was, how fit he was. He made that weight easy.
They've done it already as well. With his old man saying, "I don't." It's big game different to be fighting.
Just so much better. Listen, I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard work for him. It's hard work for every fighter to make the weight. But I don't think these are clever people. Chris Eubank Jr., smart kid. He's got his dad. He's got people around him.
Ronnie Davis.
They would not have took that fight
if they didn't think he was going to smash him to bits.
He can make that weight. It's not about we'll beat him anyway. All this talk about we'll beat him anyway. I can't struggle and do whatever. No, they know how he makes. I'm sure I've seen him get away before, where he's got he's got gloves on, he's got bottoms on, or something.
He makes 160 quite comfortably.
He's not. I don't think it kills him to make 160. I'm not saying the extra £3 is not going to be hard work. It is going to. But you know, when you've got weeks to build up to it, if you've got a good nutritionist and a good plan, and you're dedicated and you're focused on what you're going to do, you know exactly what to do to make that weight. The only thing that I would say, for me, is a little bit of a factor. Well, it's a big factor. It's a rehydration clause. I don't like rehydration.
They should sack him off boxing forever.
I
hate him.
I think if you're gonna, if you want to fight this,
is there definitely one,
right? And you want to, I believe so.
You make that weight. That's the weight you've made. Job done.
Don't then. If you're saying right, let's do it. Because I'm hearing that again, we don't know, but I'm hearing that they suggested 157. Eubank team suggested.
They did. That's a fact. This is fact.
If they suggested that weight, they know he can make that weight. Right, but if you're bringing a man to a certain weight and you're coming up, right, and you're going to that weight, right, if he can put on
a stone and a half,
don't care. Yeah. If you've got him to make that weight,
should be it.
Get the job done. Yeah. Because number one, he's having to work to get to that weight. Let's say he is struggling, right? Number one, he struggled to get that weight. You've got him there, and then you're stopping him from hydrating properly. So say you go out and beat him. Have you beat the best version of him?
No.
No.
This fight's about money, isn't it, though, Dave?
1,000,000%.
It's about dough.
Massively.
This fight, you can't bloodline and all that kind of stuff. It's about money, and they've capitalised on the fact that their old men had a legendary rivalry.
People talk about Benn's power as well, like
mate.
I think Conor Benn. Listen, I was going to say
George Groves.
No, Conor's got power.
Yeah.
George Groves is a 168-pounder.
Couldn't knock Groves out. I understand.
Bangs.
I've seen videos of George Groves sparring heavyweights, by the way, and he can punch.
I work with George
and I'm not saying Eubank's
it's a different kind of power. It's
So you're saying a 147? You think he can put Eubank on his
ass? It's a different
ass?
kind of power. It's a different.
Do you think he
kind of power.
Remember.
Hand on heart.
The rehydration clause.
I personally don't think, because I've seen how yes, Ben's immensely blessed with power, but Eubank's immensely blessed with
his dad's chin.
And but he's blessed with power at 147 though, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm not. I've heard, and I know it's true.
It's just gym stories.
This Sparks who's middleweight before.
Yeah.
I know he carried, and that's in sparring gloves. The man, and he said, when I'm saying to you it's a different kind of power, it's the speed that's attached to that power.
Yeah, 100%.
The force that he generates through the speed, where you might not see the shot. Whereas you see in George's shots a little bit more.
There's different sorts of power.
George has got that
Heavy hands.
heavy-handed, right? Whereas Conor's that explosive. So it's different kind of power. Just because that man can't knock that man out, but
Okay,
that
so
one does,
I'm
it's
asking you
different.
though, do you think Conor Benn can put Eubank on his arse? I think it's. I believe Eubank
I do as well.
I do.
Yeah, I think he can put him on his arse. I'm not saying. So by the way, so any plonkers read this. Sam thinks he's got. Eubank is the favourite in this fight, and I've said this to Conor as well. By the way, I've said it, but I do believe there's a way for Conor Benn to win this fight. However, if you're a betting man and you have to put your house on it, Eubank's a favourite early.
And I'll tell you something as well.
Early, yeah.
So before the fight,
Connor's chin's not been tested yet, really.
It's been dropped.
Yeah, but I mean, like, exactly. So it's not been.
He got tested at your call when he was a kid. To be fair,
he got dropped by that.
Cedric Payno.
So to fight a guy at this level,
he has
to get hit.
But this is why I'm saying, right? It's a massive ask for Conor, right?
Yeah,
but you're
agreed.
asking me, can it?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's got
he can.
bollocks. He's got bollocks.
It's a massive
Massive
and it's him
balls.
that's coming up the weight, giving up the size, everything. It's all stacked against him. I said before the fight, if Roy Jones trains Eubank,
he'll win.
I thought Conor's got a great chance to win.
Me too.
But if Eubank goes to his old
Aggressive,
walk for throwing
exactly
no
the same.
tactics, just put it right on him.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
I thought, hold on a minute. If we're seeing the version of Eubank Jr. we've seen the last few fights where he's trying to be the Roy Jones Jr. Listen, nobody can. I wasn't being disrespectful, but he's crap at trying to be Roy Jones Jr. because there's only one version of him, and that was him.
Yeah.
But if he goes back, reverts back to the old style of how he was, come forward.
Did you see
all guns blazing? You would fancy Eubank Jr. heavily.
Yeah.
If he boxes how he's been boxing, this is Conor can win
as well. What you've got to look at, right? Regardless of what you think about him, regardless about his power, right? Conor Benn has got to be in what I've seen and in my time in boxing, right? The rate of improvement in
unreal.
that kid is as a boxer is unbelievable.
Maybe he was just bluffing us at the start, man.
He says he finds it disrespectful, like, oh, I'm the most improved. But you are.
You got battered by somebody who can't fight.
Yeah.
But it's his technical ability.
Tony Sims has got to take a lot of credit for that. Tony's got to take a lot of credit for that. And I also respect Tony a lot. And I don't believe Tony would take this fight if he didn't think Conor Benn was going to flatten Eubank.
But do you think when Conor said in the behind the gloves, I'm going to walk out middle of the ring?
No, I believe him.
Trade off with you.
I believe him.
I kind of do.
I believe him. I think he's going to go there, bite his gum shield. He's like,
it's going to
he's come out of his.
if he does that.
He's come out of his dad's nuts, Josh. He's going to go straight.
I think
straight for
the
him.
plan might not be, but I think it will. But I think he'll
As soon
do
as
a
he
bit of
gets
smarts.
caught.
But don't forget, listen, who's in his gym is he sparring all the time?
Felix
you
Cash.
Think of Felix Cash is a really good fighter.
And a
really
middleweight.
good fighter. Fast, sharp, big man.
Middleweight.
Do you know what I mean? Always
John
in good
Ryder.
condition. John Ryder. He's got big men around him all the time, and he's used to sparring with them.
And you can spar with people down that area
So
as
what I'm
well.
saying is, Tony, as his coach, understands how he reacts in certain situations that them two put him under. And he's not telling me that them two, for this fight or whatever, aren't going to be putting it on him. They will be. He understands their reaction, and he'll understand what he can and can't do. If he thought he's going to get overwhelmed by Eubank, let's not forget Eubank's got slow feet, right? If he looks at that and thinks he's going to get overwhelmed, this.
Well, Eubank's getting caught clean, isn't he, in the fight? He's going to get caught clean at certain stages of the fight because Eubank's not Roy Jones, is he?
No.
So, but it's like hitting that, mate.
Yeah,
I agree.
And that's the thing why I would say, it's such a big ask. And listen, if Conor pulls this off...
Superstar, biggest star in British boxing.
Massive.
If he pulls it off, does he go back to 147?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, biggest star, but he can do what he wants. He can do what he wants. Biggest star.
154.
He's the
big drop.
He's the biggest star in British boxing if he beats Chris Eubank, especially if he does it in emphatic style.
If he beats Chris Eubank, do you think he fights Kell?
if the money's there, it's a prize fighter.
Depends what Kel wants to do.
I'm saying 100% he fights Kel if he wins it because Kel.
That's because he's heard something. That's because he's heard something.
But I just think
inside information.
I just know it takes something big to get him out of bed. Obviously,
that'll do it.
And I know he's been offered them fights
Yeah.
previously, so he's like, so if one of them win and the buzz ran, so if Conor wins, obviously
it's the biggest fight.
He's a superstar.
Just about arguably the biggest fight.
Then the money will turn over though. He won't then be probably it's a 50-50.
Kel will stop eating Dunkin' Donuts and he'll come and take the fight. Let's leave that there. Who wins the fight? How does it end?
I think Eubank wins, and I think
You're gonna give us a round.
I think Tony Sims throws the towel in.
That's a possibility.
You know, Tony's not gonna let him take too much punishment.
That's what I think.
I don't know.
Dave, you can't do that. You can't.
I want to see the weigh-in. I want to see Eubank Jr. on the scales, and then I'll tell you.
I think Chris Eubank comes through early, like the first 3 rounds. I think he gets pinged as well.
Yeah, but don't forget, Eubank early looks great a lot of times.
I think Conor Benn catches him in that earlier though. Like I think he puts it on him a bit because he's obviously got speed. But I just think when he realises Eubank's staring at him after hitting him with clean right hands, and then he starts hitting him with these mad uppercuts, and then he does and puts the pressure on him.
You see, when you talk this because I'm a big Conor Benn fan. I love what he's done throughout his career. I love his attitude. I look at Conor Benn even in his interviews, and I just see his dad, and I was a massive Nigel Benn fan. So Milo is as a fan.
I was going to say I'm going to put my neck on the line. Yeah, I'm going to put my neck on the line, and it will probably change my opinion. But right now, I'm going to go for Conor Benn on points. I am.
I think if it goes points, I think he'll win anyway because I think he'll get robbed.
No. I think
Conor's a better boxer.
No, 100%. But I'm saying we're making out Eubank's useless here.
I'm not making out useless. I think if Eubank is lost twice.
Liam Williams.
He's lost twice to elite level fighters.
Liam Williams is obviously not a great fighter, but he's putting him down with jabs.
Very good
putting
fighter.
him down with jabs.
Yeah, but this. So when we're talking about weight, Liam Williams was
depleted
fucked at the weight.
Yeah.
And that's why...
What was that, 165? Was that 165?
I can't even remember. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 160, yeah. But then he gets through the fight. And then after a few rounds...
That was what you said about Roy Jones.
The second half of the fight, Eubank was useless in that fight.
Yeah, he didn't try, did he?
But he wasn't trying.
But
he was just trying to do the bit where he looks away.
Yeah.
I didn't like that performance. No. But anyway, that's that. Moving forward...